Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So today we're going to talk about leadership, messaging, and 8 minutes in Florida. Stick with me on this one. Somebody asked me, because we are in the news right now a little bit. Y'all might have heard about what's going on down here. Asked if it was really that bad. Yeah, they're not making it up. They're not making it up. It is. But before we get into that, I want to acknowledge the difficulties of governing a state like Florida. Because there's the image of Florida, the image that a lot of people have, which is beaches and parasailing and restaurants and hotels. And yeah, that's the coast. That's the coast. It's from the shoreline, 20 miles inland, pretty much the entire state. Once you get past that 20 miles, that's not Florida. Florida is populated by a fiercely independent people who have more distrust of government than Appalachia Hill folk. So I want to acknowledge the difficulties in governing a state like this. That being said, where I am, yeah, it's bad. We're hit. We've got a pretty large number of cases. We've already had quite a few that had the worst outcome. There are hospitals nearby that are on divert, can't take any more people. So yeah, I would say it's pretty bad. The thing is, where I am, that's not the area in the news. We're not the area being talked about. That's South Florida. Where I am, nobody's really mentioning it. It's that bad here in South Florida. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's not a manufactured narrative. The reason it is this bad is not really because DeSantis didn't issue stay-at-home orders or mask mandates or whatever. Because it's Florida. Nobody would have listened to him anyway, to be honest. I think everybody knows I'm not a fan of DeSantis, and you'll certainly know that by the end of this video. But that in Florida, not going to be as effective as it might be in other states. It's just different here. What matters in Florida is leadership, messaging, and getting out information, telling people to actually trust the experts, not just using one quote, but telling them all of the guidance that went along with that quote. That's what matters here. We're not getting that. The closest thing we got to any real leadership came from Rick Scott by accident. He was being a good Republican foot soldier, out there staying on message, on brand. We need to get those kids back to school. Oh, my grandkids? Oh, no. They're doing distance learning. Ain't no way. That's what Florida needed to hear. More than anything. An acknowledgement that no, we're not getting back to normal. No, everything is not okay. And while we're on this subject, I want to say thank you to all of the county school districts that have collectively raised their middle finger to Tallahassee and who are doing the virtual stuff. That's a good move, and it also illustrates the point about governing Florida. Even the subordinate governments in Florida won't listen. The peoples certainly won't. What matters is messaging, getting the right information out there. The problem is, early on, the government, the state leadership, in quotes, they declared victory. DeSantis went out there and berated the media as if the media had created the studies and was personally responsible for all of this. They're like, you said that it was going to be 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, Florida would be the next New York. Well, here we are 8 weeks later, and just nobody wants to admit that I got it right. And my state's doing wonderful. It's challenging your narrative, so you have to create a boogeyman. So there's black helicopters circling the Department of Health. He actually said stuff like this. I'll put a clip down below. Well, we are not 8 weeks out from that. We don't have black helicopters circling the Department of Health, but what we do have are a bunch of black hearses circling South Florida. And where is the governor? In D.C. with Trump. That's a bold move, reminding everybody that he's just in lockstep with Trump, following his directives like a good little boy. There's no way that's going to become a campaign ad come election time. Governor AWOL. I mean, I see it coming. I don't know. That was bad optics. That was bad political imaging there. If he decides to return to the state at some point, I would strongly suggest that he acknowledge things are not getting back to normal. You know, the idea is, right now the information says, well, it's going to plateau in 2 weeks. Sure, that's about the time the governor wants to force all the kids back to school and open everything back up. No, it's not going to plateau then. It's going to get worse. It would probably be a good idea for the governor to show that he's wearing a mask. First, he has to learn how to put one on. That was embarrassing. I don't know how you can live in Florida and not know how to put on an N95. It's like he's never done hurricane cleanup before. But putting on a mask, telling people, no, everything actually isn't back to normal. You know, you should probably stay home, wash your hands, don't touch your face. If you have to go out, wear a mask, all that stuff, and stick to it. Stop trying to be so positive that you're not really telling the truth. It's bad. It's out of hand. You know, when we're getting updates in tweet format about when the next shipment of Remdesivir is, that's probably a sign that things are a little worse than the governor is letting on. In a lot of communities, when you're talking about Freeport, Florida, or Ocala, Lake City, Waldo, Stark, places like this, places people have never heard of outside of Florida, they're not going to listen to a mandate. They're going to listen to leadership, and they're going to look to see what those in power are doing. That's why Rick Scott's accidental statement is so important. That's what they're going to go off of. And we don't have that. We don't have any leadership. Right now, in the state of Florida, we are losing a person on average every 8 minutes and 20 seconds, which is now. While you watch this video, somebody died. That's how bad it is. And we have no leadership. The governor is AWOL. The best leadership we have is not coming from state government. It's coming from Walmart, which is concerning given the fact that Walmart is not really known for their social responsibility. The state government has to stop pretending that they weren't wrong. That's the first step in this. They have to get out and just admit it. Yeah, it's bad. We are the next New York. Governor DeSantis' little speech was probably premature. Now we have to act on it. We have to stay home. We have to do all of the stuff we were doing before because we opened up too soon. We're back to the beginning. Forcing it to happen? Yeah, sure, try. Whatever, I guess. It's not going to matter. Not really. Not if the messaging doesn't change. If the governor acts like he's being forced into issuing these orders, nobody's gonna listen to him. He doesn't even have to issue them, and he can just say, yeah, we messed up. This is a real thing. Trump's wrong. We've got to take action. Wear your mask, stay at home, all the stuff that we had to do before. That's what matters. That's what's going to save lives. Or he can do nothing. He can stay AWOL. The people of Florida will figure it out once enough holes get dug. we're probably reaching that point. So, to answer the question, yeah, it's that bad. It's that bad in Florida. It's not a media fiction. It's not a manufactured narrative. It is that bad. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.